welcome to Travel Crochet. My name is Tracy. This video I'm going to go over the market that I had on Sunday, the 26th. Today is the 29th of January 2025. Yeah, go over that, if it was worthwhile, what the results are, what are top sellers, how much I made, of course. So it was what I would consider more a farmer's market. It was held in a shopping centre car park, which the people who run the market, the Rotary Club, obviously have a deal with the market, with the shopping centre, that they can close that car park off every weekend and run the market. So it was from 6:30 to 11:30 in the morning. Now generally we have found with the markets that we've done that generally it's, in particular if it's a farmer market type style market rather than a craft market, the first hour for us is dead, because it's usually people getting up early, and normally the older generation who are awake early, they come and get their fruit and vegetables and they leave. And it was definitely that for this one as well, so I expected that. But when it was 8 o'clock, an hour and a half after starting time, I was starting to get a bit worried. And I was worried that we mightn't sell anything. Anyway, so our first sale was actually at 8:53 in the morning. So yeah, it was a good nearly 2.5 hours without a sale. I didn't take anything to crochet with, unfortunately. I have taken a tiny amount of footage that I'll show you now, because the humidity was absolutely ridiculous. It was 88% humidity at one stage. I looked at on my phone, and when you're not used to that, oh my lord. So I'll pop in that footage here now. So it was when I first set up, and then there was one update that I did, I think when we first sold the first item. So we'll do that now, and then I'll come back. Alright, I swear it's 100 degrees humidity today. We're at the market. Finally got the setup done. Don't have everything out because I can't fit it. Here's what it looks like. Alright, I'm going to sit down, have a drink, and see what happens. Alright, it is 9 AM. The market started at 7:30 officially. We have sold only 2 items. I really don't think we're going to do well at this market. Hopefully I'm going to be wrong and it picks up, but this finishes at 11:30, so yeah. Not great at the moment, and it is so hot. 82% humidity today. So hot. I had to go and get some water because I was dying. So I've made $20, spent $7.50 on a drink and a little bite to eat. So yeah, not the greatest market so far. Anyway, I'll update later. Okay, so as you can see, the setup there, we purchased a couple of stands from Bunnings to try and add some height, and there was another one that I bought from the variety store that we went to that I showed in the previous video. That worked okay. and yeah, it looked better with the different levels of height, but I still couldn't fit everything out. So, but which is good. When I sold things I could restock, so that's fine. Anyway, so yeah, my first sale was at 10 to 9, and that was actually when I had gone off to get a drink, because I'd had a heap of drinks with me. I bought some of the like electrolyte drinks because I had seen in the forecast it was going to be quite humid, and when you're setting up and all that, and you know, and a bit of anxiety and stress on top of it, the sweat was pouring off me. I'm glad that I had a little towel to wipe myself down, otherwise I would have looked terrible. But so I was drinking those, but I felt like I needed water as well, because you can get quite dehydrated if you just have the electrolyte drink. So I went off to get a drink of water and come back, and Chris is in the middle of a sale. So a lady had bought a snake and one of my kittens. So the kittens, this is the first time I'd actually had a market before. I'd never had them at a stall before. I had the small kittens and the medium-sized kittens, and the small kittens definitely were a hit. I ended up selling 4 of those at the market, so which was pretty good. So that, yeah, the first sale $8.53. Then the next sale wasn't until 20 past 9. And then the one after that was 10 to 10, so sort of another 30 minutes later. But once we reached 10 a.m, the next sales are like 10:08, 10:12, 10:20, 10:23, 10:26. We're starting to get really hits. So luckily it did take off, but in general we find the families and in particular the young, between the 18 and 25, 26 year olds absolutely love this stuff. And yeah, and there was one lady that was actually a counsellor, and she was buying some of the toys for the children that she counsels to play with, and because they're so sensory, and I always make sure that I have the nice feeling plush toys, that she felt that would really help soothe them. And I said, well, that's the reason why I took up crochet as well, because it helps me with my anxiety and depression and that. So it's actually proven, scientifically proven, that crochet, but also touching that wool helps calm you. So yeah, she came and she bought a couple of things, and then the market closed 11:30. She came back about 20 past 11, I think, and bought some more things because she just felt that they were so cute. So anyway, so my top sellers of the day, I ended up selling 39 items. My top sellers were 2 equal actually. The kitten, which was with 4, and the sea turtles. Sea turtles are always up there with my top sellers, so I sold 4 of those as well. The next one surprised me because they hadn't been selling. I sold 3 leggy frogs, which, but it's funny, it was only leggy frogs that weren't a traditional green colour. Any other colour they sold, like everyone was saying, we don't want the green, we want all the other colours. So that was interesting. Then there was the rest were like 2-ofs. I sold 2 Pikachus, which I only had 2. 2 of my small axolotls, 2 snakes. So I'm out of snakes now, which yeah, they hadn't sold for a while. 2 mushy boys, my chubby mushy boys, which I hadn't made for a while either, so I will definitely be making those. 2 medium stingrays and 2 mouse keyrings. And then the rest that I sold was just 1-offs. Excuse me. So I can go through the list and say in order of what sold. And yeah, go through that. I can pop up pictures if I have the pictures still of some of them. I won't have all the pictures, but I'll have some. So the first sale was, like I said, a snake, then a small kitten, then another snake, 2 of the axolotls, my black cockatoo, that sold. That was, but I wanted to replace what I sell at this market for the next market I'm coming up, but I actually don't have enough of the black yarn to make another black cockatoo, unfortunately. I sold Stitch, which I have another yarn ordered. It's meant to arrive after the next market, but I'm hoping it arrives earlier because that will have the blue in it that I need for Stitch to make another one. Then I sold a Chubby Mushy Boy, a small sea turtle Brontosaurus, and I only had 1 Brontosaurus, so I'll need to make more of those. Then I sold 2 Ley Froggies, 1 shark, a dragon, which is the Crochet by Jenna dragon, the mini one. I had 2 of those. I sold 1. I nearly sold the second one with one family that had 2 children, and they said, all right, you have a budget of $20 each, which I found I must be getting old, because the budget for the parents used to give the kids was $5. Now seems to have, most parents was giving the kids either $15 or $20, so that's interesting. And at first the little boy had a dragon, and then he changed his mind and went to, I've got a Rottweiler puppy, and then he changed his mind and then he went to some bees. And then he changed his mind, and eventually he ended up with the 2 Pikachus. So he wanted 2 of them, so they were friends. So that was so funny. Originally he had one of the dragons in his hand, but decided to change his mind. And then his sister was even worse. I'm sure that she picked up and put down every single item to say that that's what she wanted. But her mum knew from the start that she would want the pink Pegasus. But in the end she decided against that, and she bought a family of bees. So she bought a large bee, a sitting bee and a mini bee. So her and her brother wanted family things, or yeah, that was funny. Then next I sold my large Triceratops, again Crochet by Jenna's pattern. So that one was actually my draw card to the stall, that and the cocky. And out of the big things I've only got the kookaburra left, so I need to remake those. Then I sold 3 more kittens. Again, a boy had a budget of $15 and he chose 3 kittens for his. So the kids seem to like families of all friends of animals at the moment. Then I sold a small elephant, a baby chick keyring, and 2 mouse keyrings, 1 sesame chicken, which this time the sesame chickens didn't sell as well as they normally did. I only sold 1. And then this one, I saw a little girl and she was having trouble deciding what to pick. Again, I think she had about a budget of $15 from Mum. But then I thought, nobody knows what, I'm going to have to make quite a few of the, excuse me, Tank the Turtle turtles, the ones that are the big butt turtles, and where you take the shell off and you see that. So I said to her, come here, have a look at this, and then I went beep, and she thought it was hilarious, and she went over and showed her mum and had a little giggle, so that's what she ended up choosing. So I think I'm going to have to make a few of them and have one on display with your shell off to show, and even maybe a sign for big butt turtles or something like that, because otherwise when the shell's on them they don't realise what they are. So yeah, I'm going to have to do something about that. So I sold one of those. Then I sold the 2 Pikachus to the little boy, the sitting bee, the mini bee and the large bee to his sister. A large panda that I'd had for quite a long time, that's sold. I don't think I'll be making another one of those. Then I sold another large bee, 3 more sea turtles, small sea turtles, 2 stingrays, they were the medium ones, another chubby mushy boy, Grogu, this was the one that was the chubby Grogu that was sort of a ball, and yeah, a lot of people didn't get what he was. And the last sale was another Ley Frog. So the last sale was at 11:33 and the market finished at 11:30. So, but I was so annoyed because the instructions that we've got for the second market that we're going to on the 7th of February specifically states that you are not to pack up before the time. So if it finishes 11:30, you shouldn't start packing up until after 11:30. And then people beside us were starting to pack up at like 11:45, which is a really bad look and I hate it. And then of course, as soon as one person starts doing it, others start doing it, and then by the time it was 11:15, half of the stalls had packed up. And I'm going, no, this is the time when our people are here. This is the time that the families are here and buying. I'm going, no. But anyway, we started packing up after 11:30. We had everything back in the car pretty much by, I think it was 12:05, something like that. The minute we sat in the car, everything packed up, it started raining. I've got footage of that as well, so that's the last bit I'll be able to show you.
On your right,
well,
A1.
Every time I start, GPS is talking. Anyway, all right, market is finished. It finished at 11:30. We were packed up and had everything in the car by 12. And pretty much we sat in our seats and it started raining. So it was perfect timing. And it's still raining a bit now. But oh, jeez, we were glad to sit in the car and get the air conditioner on. Oh, humidity today was ridiculous.
Even the locals were complaining.
I know, yeah. And boy, I think I ended up having like 6 drinks today. I was just sweating like anything. Anyway, we'll get back, then go through some results later and tell you what the market ended up being like. I was really concerned, really concerned, but we'll go through it later. I need a rest now. I didn't get any other footage because honestly I think I may have got some sort of heat stroke, even though I didn't think of wearing a hat because it was between 6:30 and 11:30. I thought I'd be safe, and we're undercover, but because the sun was down lower, it was peeking through our side, and yeah, I think the sun was on me and it was stronger than I thought it was, and I really started feeling unwell during the day. Then by the time we got back, probably back here by 1 p.m, after we went and got something to eat, because we hadn't had breakfast or anything, so that I thought maybe that's why I wasn't feeling well. But I went and laid down and I crashed. I think I woke up at 6 p.m. or something like that, and I didn't feel well the next day as well. So I think it was a bit of sunstroke, unfortunately. So I've learned my lesson. Next time I'm definitely wearing a hat. Although the next market on the 7th of February is a night market. That's from, I think it's 5 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. But you can start setting up any time from 12 noon, I think. So, but it's on a Friday, so I'm not sure how that's going to go. If it was on a Saturday, I'd be more excited, but one of the counsellor lady that bought a few things, I was telling her that I was going to be at that one, and she said there should be more people at that market, and it's more expensive to join that market, so we'll see. Anyway, so the end results after all that is I sold 39 items, a total of $337. Of that, there was $202 paid on card through Square, $135 in cash. The stall fee was $35, and the Square fees were $3.23. So overall, after all the fees, obviously not materials, but it was $298.77. So with a $35 fee for the stall, that is not too bad. It'll be interesting to see how the nighttime one goes, but now we're going to have to start thinking of lighting. We do have 2 lights for the marquee, and we'll have a marquee for this one. This one that we didn't need a marquee for. We have a marquee, but we'll need to think about the lighting. So anyway, we did all right. We did all right, and I was very grateful because, like I said at the start, I didn't think we were going to sell a thing. So very grateful for that. All right, so I have started making things again, and I need your opinion on one of the things that I've made. I am not sure about it because my dilemma is, until I get the yarn that I've ordered, I'm running out of colours. So I sold the large Triceratops, so I've made another one. This one, I'm calling this one a watermelon Triceratops. So the colours, so it was originally going to be all this pink, but then I realised 3/4 of the way through the head I didn't have enough to finish the rest of it. So what do you think? I've got the pink in the frill and the pink in the green tail. What do you think? Do I need to add like black spots as it like pips, watermelon pips, or is it okay like that, or does it look silly? I don't know. I really need your opinion, so if you could let me know in the comments, I appreciate it, because the market's not to the 7th of February like I said. So yeah, and then I've got little pink sort of watermelon coloured eyes on it. So I have made this one, which I just finished off this morning because I had to go back to Spotlight and get some more stuffing because I'd run out already. So that's what that one I've made. Then I had sold 3 Ley Froggies, so I have made the bodies of 3 more Ley Froggies, but I just have to finish them off with the stuffing that I just purchased, so they'll be done very quickly. And no green ones, like they said, they wanted different colours, so I might make more yet, but I'm just trying to remake what I sold for now. So that'll be 3. Then, get my bag here. I have remade 1, 2, 3, the 4 kittens that I sold. Oh, I've got fluff all over them. So I've made a grey one. So I sold the grey one. Oh, fluff. Oh, and the worst one is the black ones. Sold the black one. I've got him looking with the crazy eyes again, but the crazy eyes one both sold that I made last time, and 2 of these colours. So I mean, I know this pattern off by heart now. I could just make these over and over and over again. I absolutely adore this pattern. So those. And then the last thing I made was, I just came up with my own pattern, but next time I think I'm going to have to reduce the size of the head so it's not so massive. So I've made a python. So, and because it was a variegated yarn, the way the stripes ended up changing throughout the body is very interesting. So he is quite large. So I have written down what I did to make him. So there, see those snake eyes? They're really cool. But I think next time I'll reduce the size of his head and see how we go. Because I sold 2 snakes, so I want to make 2 more, and then more after that if I get time. So there's this one, and that's all I've made so far, which is not bad considering I wasn't feeling really well after the market for a couple of days. So yeah, that's my update. Oh no, I have a new update. Mini yarn. When I went back just before to buy more stuffing, if you saw my last video, Spotlight had some of this in stock, but I didn't buy any because they only had like 3 colours, and the 3 colours didn't match. They looked awful, so I wouldn't have been able to make anything. but they've restocked. So for now, until I get more money, I bought 4 colours. So I bought the orange and I bought the yellow. So now I can make some ducks or chicks because I didn't have the orange for so long. So I bought that. And then I bought white because you always need white. And then I bought this nice aqua. So these are 300 grams. So normally a normal yarn ball size that I buy is 100 grams. They were $18, but I figure divide that by 3, $6 each for a like normal size skein, so it's not too bad. So it's a blanket yarn. I haven't really used blanket yarn much before, so I'm going to have to play with what size hook. If anyone else in Australia has used this, the Motivera blankie yarn, let me know what size hook you use to make the amigurumi. It doesn't have on here, it's only got knitting needle size recommendations, not crochet, so I'm going to have a play with it to see. I'm maybe going to start with a size 6 hook and see how that goes and play around with it. But I'm excited. They've also got a grey there, a black, a royal blue, navy blue, light pink and dark pink. Did I say grey? And grey, if I didn't say grey. I think that was all the colours, but they still don't have brown. I don't know why all these places don't have brown. I am pretty much out of any brown whatsoever. I have got more brown ordered in my other yarn order, but that may not arrive before my next market. So I'm struggling with browns at the moment. And even I've looked up the Australian places like I always have a blank on it. Banjo, Paddy and Banjo, is it? Bango, Paddy and Bango's place. I've looked up theirs because I wanted to buy and support, you know, Australian people that are bringing in the yarn. But again, they're out of brown. Then I looked up Zach Daddy's yarn. It's a really good chenille, out of brown. So if I'm going to place an order, I want to get the colours that I need straight away. So until they're restocked, I won't be ordering from them. So I have gone back to the Temu yarn that I have been using, which is fantastic. I just got to wait for it to arrive. Hopefully, because we're on the eastern side of Australia now, it'll arrive faster. Crossing fingers that it is before the next market so I can make some more things with the brown. Anyway, yeah, so please give me some feedback on this guy. If I need to change anything, if you think it looks awful, please, I want honest answers, because if it's not looking right, what can I do differently? Anyway, so I will do an update video probably Sunday, just to show what I've made for the upcoming markets, so market prepping. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and until next time guys, see you then, bye.